Before I got my first car and I was just in the passenger side, I didn't really notice a lot of things going on the road. But when I bought my first car and started driving around, I quickly began to realize that everybody driving that isn't me is complete and utter asshole slash idiot. I mean, you have the people that don't use their turn signals. You have the people that drive very slowly. You have the people that don't know how to let other people in to merge and stuff. It just all comes together into a big ball of hate for everybody else on the road. But I think the biggest bane to my driving experience would have to be old people. There's nothing else that pisses me off more than being around an old person on the road. I mean, and it always seems like they're on the road when you need to be somewhere the quickest. And it's like they all coordinated. They're like, oh, Nate's trying to get somewhere in 10 minutes. Let's go. And then boom, you got one dude going 20 miles an hour in a 40, and I'm just sitting there pulling my hair if I had. Anyway, and it just boggles my mind. Like, where are you going? You're like 70 years old. Why aren't you home? It's just like don't get me wrong. I'm not an ageist. Like, I like that dude that juices shit and then he drinks it and pulls tugboats with his teeth. I bet that dude knows how to go a decent, miles per hour down the road. I'm talking about these freaking cardigan wearing, hush puppy wearing, Cadillac driving dudes that are just on the street for no reason. Like, they're not going anywhere. I'm pretty sure they just drive around a couple times, slow as molasses for no. Yeah, I gotta just make sure the car's working right or something. And it boggles my mind. I remember one time I came up behind this car that I couldn't see anybody's head. So my immediate reaction is ghost car, right? I'm like, oh shit, it's a ghost car. But then I said, it's not see-through enough. So when I was actually able to get around this very slow driving ghost car and got in front of it and looked in my rear view, I saw the most stereotypical thing in the world. I saw these two hands on a steering wheel with a head barely poking from above the steering wheel. And I'm just like, oh God. Oh gosh, she's gonna kill somebody. She can barely see over the dashboard. How are these people still allowed to have licenses? Honestly, if you have to retire at 65, you should also have to give up your license. Well, that's not that. There's a lot of people that have the wherewithal at 65. But how about this? Every year after 65, let's push it up to 70. Once you hit 70, you have to take a driving test every year to make sure you have to keep your license, because some of these people do not need to be on the road. Like, where do they go? There's nothing out there for an old person. Nothing at all. I mean, I might be sounding like an ageist right now, but I don't care. Like, I don't even want to get old. I hope I'm dead before I get to the point where I need a cane and shit, because I don't want to deal with it. And these people shouldn't have to deal with it either. Keep them in the house. Do something. I mean, there's the internet. They can order groceries. They don't need to go and buy their own groceries. And even if they do buy them, who's going to carry them out for them? Like, the bagger's not going to do shit if he doesn't have to. I mean, buy clothes. What clothes? They should have the same clothes they've had for the last 40, 50 years. It's not like they grew any. If anything, they shrunk. Their clothes should still be fine. So, the food's getting taken care of. The clothes are getting taken care of. They should have TV. They should have internet. I mean, I understand a TV is a very scary thing to handle. Nothing boggles me more than when an old person doesn't know how to use a damn TV. TVs have been around longer than you have most of the time. So how do you not know how to use a TV? Like, honestly, it's just instead of a dial now there's a button. A button should make it easier than a dial. You only have to get up to push the button. Like, it's so. But really, I didn't want this coming off as being like a video of me hating old people. I don't. I respect them for the knowledge they possess, for the lives they live, for the experience they can give people. Like, they are extremely valuable resource that people seem to ignore. But as far as being on the road, they shouldn't be. That's all I'm saying, point blank, period. But it's not, and it's another thing though, it's not like they're even the most dangerous people. Just because they drive slow doesn't mean they're the most dangerous. There are so many dumb people on the road that shouldn't be. Like, some people that are like 27 shouldn't have their license too. But it's easier to argue to take old people's licenses away than it is to take a 27-year-old dude's license away, unless he has a couple like felony priors and DUIs and stuff, then you can make a better argument. But until then, like, I don't hate old people. I just need to find a way to get some of the stress that I have to deal with most of the time driving off the road, and it would help me just a little bit. Just a little bit.